Welcome back to our channel, Soap Opera Lovers. Today is an absolutely beautiful day to dive deep into the juicy, scandalous world of Los Angeles. Grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's unpack a mind-blowing theory that could completely shatter Forrester Creations. We are talking about the ultimate betrayal. Let's be real for a second. The writers over at The Bold and the Beautiful have been setting the stage for a massive emotional explosion. And if you have been paying close attention to the subtle cues on our screens, you know exactly what I am talking about. We are looking at a potential romantic entanglement that nobody saw coming, but one that makes total, terrifying sense when you look at the psychological state of our core character. What if Steffy Forrester and Carter Walton cross the ultimate line and have a full-blown, passionate affair? Can you even imagine the sheer chaos this would unleash? Let's break down exactly why this shocking twist is not only possible but incredibly likely given the current devastating storylines. Right now, we are watching Carter and Daphne navigate one of the most heartbreaking, soul-crushing situations a couple can face. They have just received the utterly devastating medical confirmation that Daphne's illness will permanently prevent her from having biological children. Carter, who has spent years being the ultimate romantic, the loyal company man who just wants a traditional family and a loving wife, is completely shattered. But here's the kicker. While Carter is trying to be supportive and is open to exploring surrogacy or adoption, Daphne is completely shutting down. She is resisting these alternative options, building a massive emotional wall between her and the man she loves. Carter is drowning in grief, feeling incredibly isolated in his own relationship. And who is stepping in to be his shoulder to cry on? Steffy Forrester. Steffy is Daphne's absolute best friend, and she is currently taking time out of her incredibly chaotic life to comfort Carter. On the surface, this looks like a beautiful, platonic friendship. Steffy is just being a supportive friend to her bestie's partner, right? But longtime viewers of this soap know that comforting a friend is exactly how 90% of the most explosive affairs in daytime television history begin. When you have two incredibly attractive, highly emotional people sharing deep, intimate conversations about grief and loss, the boundaries can blur in the blink of an eye. But why would Steffy ever cheat on her beloved husband, John Finn Finnegan? To understand this, we have to take a hard, brutal look at the absolute disaster that is the Shin marriage right now. I am just going to say it. Finn is failing Steffy in the worst possible way. Steffy has laid down an ironclad, non-negotiable boundary regarding Sheila Carter. This monster shot them both in a filthy alleyway and left them for dead. Steffy's PTSD is real, and her terror is entirely justified. Yet, what is Finn doing? He is secretly wavering. He is going behind his wife's back, sending SOS signals to his adoptive mother Lee, and actually considering the idea of allowing Sheila back into their lives through supervised visits. Are you kidding me? Steffy is an incredibly strong, fiercely protective mother, but she is also deeply vulnerable right now. She feels her husband's loyalty slipping away. She looks at Finn and no longer sees the unwavering protector she fell in love with. She sees a naive, easily manipulated man who is opening the door to the devil herself. Steffy feels emotionally abandoned. When Steffy feels emotionally abandoned or betrayed by the men in her life, she does not just sit around and cry. She acts out. She seeks comfort, validation, and safety somewhere else. Let's look back at the history of this show because the past always dictates the future on The Bold and the Beautiful. Remember when Steffy felt completely betrayed by Liam after she thought he was leaving her for Hope? What did she do? She ended up sleeping with his father, Bill Spencer, in the Forrester guest house. It was one of the most shocking, highly controversial moments in the show's history. Steffy has a deeply ingrained psychological pattern of blowing up her own life and engaging in self-destructive sexual behavior when her romantic foundation feels unstable. With Finn secretly contemplating a relationship with Sheila, Steffy's foundation is literally crumbling beneath her feet. Now, let's pivot back to Carter Walton. Is Carter the kind of guy who would sleep with his boss, who also happens to be his partner's best friend? Absolutely yes. People love to paint Carter as this moral compass, the sweet guy who officiates everyone's weddings, but I think people have severe amnesia when it comes to his romantic history. Did we all just collectively forget the Quarter affair? Carter risked his entire career, his reputation, and his deep friendship with Eric Forrester to have a scorching hot, forbidden affair with Eric's wife, Quinn Fuller. Carter has a massive weakness for powerful, vulnerable women who are in the midst of a crisis. When you put Carter and Steffy in a room together right now, you have a perfect, dangerous storm of emotional vulnerability. Carter is desperate for a family and a connection that isn't fraught with Daphne's current emotional blockades. Steffy is a mother who fiercely protects her children, exuding the exact maternal warmth and stability that Carter is currently mourning the loss of. Meanwhile, Steffy is desperate for a man who is strong, decisive, and completely loyal to her, traits that Carter possesses in spades, and traits that Finn is currently lacking as he gets manipulated by Sheila's fake tears. I can already picture the scene perfectly. It is late at night in the Forrester Creations CEO office. The lights are dim. Carter is pouring his heart out, crying over the fact that he might never be a father, feeling totally disconnected from Daphne. Steffy is exhausted, her nerves completely frayed from arguing with Finn about Sheila. She walks over to Carter, puts a comforting hand on his shoulder. He looks up at her with those soulful, tear-filled eyes. They share a look of profound mutual understanding. One lingering touch turns into an embrace. The embrace turns into a passionate kiss, and before they know it, they are sweeping the design sketches off the executive desk. It is classic, top-tier soap opera drama. But the fallout? Oh, the fallout would be absolutely apocalyptic. First of all, the betrayal of Daphne would be unforgivable. Daphne is Steffy's best friend. For Steffy to sleep with Daphne's partner while Daphne is going through the trauma of infertility is a level of cruelty that rivals the worst things Brooke Logan has ever done. And you know what? I would love to see Steffy knocked off her high horse. Steffy has spent years judging Hope and Brooke, acting like the moral superior of Los Angeles. Having Steffy commit the ultimate betrayal against her best friend would force her to look in the mirror and realize she is no better than the Logans she constantly criticizes. And what about Finn? If Finn finds out that his wife slept with Carter Walton, it might be the exact psychological break that pushes him completely into the dark side. Finn has been trying so hard to be the good doctor, the perfect husband, but if Steffy betrays him, he might completely snap. This could be the catalyst that drives Finn straight into Sheila's waiting, manipulative arms. Sheila would absolutely use Steffy's infidelity to convince Finn that Steffy never truly loved him, brainwashing him into believing that only his mother will never betray him. We could see a completely unhinged, dark version of Finn, and honestly, I am totally here for it. I know a lot of fans might hate the idea of breaking up Steffy and Finn, but let's be honest with ourselves. Happy couples are incredibly boring on daytime television. We need conflict, we need stakes, and we need characters making terrible, messy decisions. Carter has been sidelined as the supportive background character for way too long. He deserves a front-burner, scandalous storyline that puts him right in the middle of the Forrester family drama. And Steffy needs a storyline that doesn't just involve her whining about Hope or being terrorized by Sheila. An affair with Carter would completely shake up the dynamics of the entire show. So, what do you guys think? Are the writers planting the seeds for a Steffy and Carter romance? Will their shared grief and marital frustrations lead them straight into each other's arms? Or will Steffy remain faithful to a husband who is secretly plotting to bring her worst nightmare back into their lives? Let me know your theories down below, because I firmly believe this explosive affair is exactly what the bold and the beautiful needs right now.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.